This is what the biggest warship ever built for the Royal Navy looks like, the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier, under construction in Rosyth. There are 3,000 workers on board busy getting this ship ready to sail. Let's go on board and take a closer look. This is the control centre of this massive vessel, and they say this is where it's at. It's the heartbeat of the ship. A bit of rivalry between the control room maybe and the bridge upstairs. But from here they control the 6 engines that power this vessel. 2 of them are gas turbine, 4 of them are diesel, each of them the size of a minibus. They can also run the emergency response from this control room, controlling the firefighting teams if that becomes necessary. There's enough power being generated on this ship to power a city the size of Swindon, and all around the room on the walls what they call giant iPads monitoring the condition of the vessel from second to second. For the hundreds of personnel who will be serving on board the Queen Elizabeth, this will be one of the most important areas. It is, of course, the galley. They will be producing around 5,000 meals a day. This is one of 2 galleys on board the Queen Elizabeth, and it is the biggest galley in the Royal Navy. They've also got their own bakery. That too is a first for the Royal Navy. And this galley and the staff here will be working 24/7 to produce meals around the clock. This is the operations room. They call it the brains of the Queen Elizabeth. It is stacked with computer screens, and into this room will flow information and data, not just from the aircraft carrier's own systems, but also from all the other ships and submarines in the task force. That information will be scanned here by the captain and other senior members of the crew. That will direct the decisions they make on how to deploy the weapons systems, including the vertical takeoff and landing aircraft which will operate from the Queen Elizabeth. That information will be displayed here. There will be a giant screen. They call it the information wall. What you're looking at now, believe it or not, is the wheel that steers the Queen Elizabeth aircraft carrier. It's probably smaller than the steering wheel in your car at home. It's one of the ways they steer a vessel which is longer than the Houses of Parliament. We're on the bridge. We're about 150 feet or so above sea level. We're protected by 3-inch thick glass. And from here, the crew have almost a 360-degree view, including, most importantly, of course, the flight deck, which is over there, so they can see exactly what the aircraft are getting up to.